Hey, it's your girl, Lady T. I don't usually do videos like this, but the feeling is so strong. Shanquella Robinson. This young lady was attacked in Cabo, Mexico, with people that she knew. In life, she would have called them a friend, but they were not. They left her, brought her luggage back to her mother, and lied about what really happened in Cabo, in that villa. Everything was fine, but there was hostility and questions and insinuations that things had happened prior to them going on this trip. But knowance to this young lady, she was around enemies. There was a game they wanted to play because they wanted to bring this out. Something like Truth or Dare. Quella was asked a question. After a few questions and playing and acting, basically faking, they were fake, a lot of them. And let me say this, Khalil has a lot to do with this because he manipulated, is the word, his position in this. He may not have touched her that day, but he did nothing to stop it and knew that it was coming. No, they did not know the outcome would be this. But they knew they wanted to hurt her after she answered a question truthfully. The question was over a male figure. I don't know how the relationship was between the young lady that was fighting Quella and Quella herself with this male. But the question was in reference to this male. And she answered truthfully. They didn't attack her right away. No, they waited. And they stewed. This girl stewed. She stewed on it. Quella was, I don't know if she was getting ready for bed or she just had got up and got out the shower. But there's a moment where she's like, I'm finna chill right now. Maybe I'll go take a shower. We all had fun. Woo. Everything is out. Everything is cool. But it wasn't. Quella was attacked in her room. I'm sorry if I'm not saying her name right. Shanquella. She was attacked in her room. She was attacked. And I will say this. There were 7 people, including Quella, at this villa. 7. There is only one person that really didn't know what was about to go down. hadn't heard of it, didn't know, was really just an innocent bystander, but she has not come forward yet. Zir, if I'm saying his name right, truth lies in the middle, is what I'm getting. He suspected a lot, but didn't say anything. No, he did not have a hand in touching her either, but he did not help her. Truthfully, I believe when he was showing up is when the major injury started. Was this about him? I don't think so. It was about another male figure, is what I'm getting. Winter. Let's talk about Winter. Donovan. Her spirit is like, excuse my French, I'm a cute bitch too. I'm that bitch too. So when she initiated herself into the attack on this young lady, let me say Shanquella was already injured. But when Winter stepped in to get her licks in too, is when baby girl really got hurt. She was unable to defend herself if she wanted to. I'm from the Chi-Town. And when I saw the fight, my first thought went back to the early 90s. Girls are also, and you know, they have their cliques, their gangs, or whatever we call it nowadays, or you call it nowadays. But there was a thing called a violation. And no way am I saying that Quella was in a gang, because no, I don't see that. But Winter is that girl. The other young lady is that girl. Even though they went to colleges and graduated high school, and they still hung around the wrong crowds, both of them. So when I saw the fight, in a sense, I got a vision of this is a violation, and this is why she's not fighting back. Not only is she not fighting back because of that, she's fighting back because she has been injured to a point where she's incoherent. Did they stop? No. Did anyone stop recording and help her? No. There had to be at least 7 phones in there. But there is one girl. There's one girl that is scared to talk. I believe she will talk because everyone else is starting to fall. But she heard, she saw some. She tried to go back in her room and like, I'm not in this mess. But she knows. They all went back on a plane into another hotel and back home. She knows the conversations. She may even be linked somehow to releasing the video to someone that got it to mom. She needs to go to the police because Everyone that was in that house, in that room, video recording, egging on the fight. It doesn't matter what your intentions were. If you go there and you're doing one thing and another thing ends up in a death, you are responsible. We know now you weren't friends. We need to stop saying that. Frenemy, you wanted her around for what she could do for you and give you. Khalil, I'm speaking directly to you, Khalil. You never gave her anything. She always was giving to you. You have mothers, you have sisters, grandmothers, aunties, and cousins. And would you let them be beat like your friend Quella was in front of you and videotape it? I don't think so. So somewhere there's a line in your heart. You knew while you were video recording it was wrong. She was hurt. We might even go to jail for beating her up. You knew this, but you still you filmed her. You tried to degrade her. You saw what happened and you did not help this young lady. So now this is why all this is coming down. Because all of you do have family, a family member that is Shaquella. You all have one. God will not let you do this to his children. Somewhere inside of all of you, there's a piece that is turning and burning. It hurts, but it hasn't hurt enough for you to stop lying yet or go tell the police what really happened and take full responsibility for what really happened to Shaquella Robinson in Cabo, Mexico. Here's the thing. The FBI is involved now. Some of you have already spoken, said things that are weird, incriminating, stupid. You've already crossed the lines where the United States can press charges on fraud-related charges. That is for one. Oh, baby, you can do a lot of time for fraud. Believe me. Another thing. Y'all totally left out the attack on Shaquella and gave another story that sounded good to you guys at the time, I guess. This child is in a whole nother country. Something happened to her. Of course, they're going to do an autopsy. Of course, the parents are going to do an individual initial autopsy of their own. Why? Didn't you just tell the truth? I don't care what that girl did to you some time ago that you supposedly say she has done, because there's no evidence of what you guys think she did or had something to do with. None. So this is why the hammer is coming down on you so bad. And you can run. You will, run and hide. Go right ahead. Anyone that's protecting you is in jeopardy of going to jail. Believe me, they are prosecuting for harboring people, protecting them when the law is looking for them, even if you guys are just people of interest. Nobody's charged you with anything. Nobody's threw out a warrant for you. You know why? Because the police are trying to give you an opportunity, the FBI, to come forward. If they come get you and they have to swear out warrants and you want to do this, oh, believe me, they have all their ducks in a row. And not only will they lock you up for the small crime right now, which can hold you for a long time, and then they'll get you on murder. Mexico is cooperating. You know why? Because for you six that did something to this young lady, or know what happened to this young lady, insinuated what happened to this young lady, they're not going to lose the business that they have for you six people. They want to show the United States that they are a safe place to come and vacation and tour, spend money with them. So they're cooperating on this case. You know why, too? There's so much digital things today that we have going on. It's so hard to say that you guys didn't do anything. You left her. I don't care if you had just met this lady 6 months ago. How do you leave a human being like that you know you were wrong? What happened to her? You thought you were going to get away with all of this? You guys actually thought that you would get away with harming her like you did and leaving her to where we're at now. And the parents, my condolences to the Robinson family. You are so strong. Mom and Dad, you are very strong, and I don't know if I could handle it the way you guys are handling it, but I understand why. Because you are trying to get justice for your child, and you will. You will, because God is moving. He's moving. When you asked Mr. Robinson for God to show you, he said, I must for my child. He saw the hurt. He saw everything that happened. And he will bring these people to justice. I just want you to know that. And I pray for you and the family that you have strength to go on. Because that's what she'd want from you. She's always going to be around you. She's a beautiful soul. She is. I, in my worldly mind, can't understand why they did what they did, but I see the anger. I feel the jealousy in them. I really feel they wanted to be her or like her and couldn't get there. It's a shame. But she will receive justice. Baby girl's funeral's today. And I want to say rest in peace, Shanquella Robinson. You were and are a beautiful soul, and you will live on. She says she's going to come back. I, she's a beautiful, beautiful person inside and out, and I see her just throwing her hands up like in the sun and spinning around. She's I want to say she's okay. Like she's saying she's okay. But justice will be served. And the reason why she's dancing, she's telling me now she's dancing because it's coming out. And she can see the strength in her father. Um she sees he's getting stronger, and mom has always been strong, but she's glad that they're standing for her. Somebody knows what happened. They're getting it. This is how she's like, yeah, yeah. They see now what happened to me. She sees she said she's going to be so beautiful. Today she is so happy that everyone is celebrating her life. Is what she's dancing like in the sun. She's twirling. Um she's just happy that she's getting justice, and she's gonna come back. So when she keeps saying this, I'm thinking she's going to come back soon. But she's happy about that. She's starting. The wheels are turning to get justice for her, because it was just very malicious. No good reason. No good reason for what happened to her. And then they left her. And then they took money from her and lied to the parents and the police. So there's a lot to come with this crew, and just my thoughts on it. And I hope she has a beautiful send off. I know she will. Rest in peace, baby girl, Shanquella Robinson. Let's keep her name out there. Um, let's keep the police on this case. I'm praying for the family, mom and dad, sister. Um, the strength to stand hard and tall, and fight this, because it's coming. It's not gonna be a hard fight for you guys. It's coming. All right, guys. I love you. LT Gang.